have to, I don't know, you might take into consideration the time it's going to take for a teacher to get that kind of qualifications. She won't be able to have enough time in the classroom as well as going as, in her training.
Yeah, I don't have that exact how much it would cost for them to do that and how much time it would take, but I know that it will take a lot of time because just going to school for a bachelor's degree takes forever. So going for like a master's degree will take even longer, and the amount of money that goes into that is even more. So
the teachers at well, they're not teachers right now, but they're going to the process to the university to be teachers. If they're going through these things to become teachers, in the meantime, can they teach or going to the classroom while they're going to school?
They can volunteer in the classrooms, but I know that they're in the program, the teaching program, they are required to work in the classroom. They have to do so many hours in the classroom prior to getting their degree in the education program.
What kind of degree is required to become a teacher? Or what types of level of qualifications do you need to have? Do you know what chance?
I know that after your bachelor's degree, you need to enter the education program that like the University of Hawaii has one. So you enter the program, and when you graduate from that program, you are able to teach in the schools. But what I believe, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's like a 3-year period before you have to get your license to teach. It's something to that effect. Yeah,
so
you have to like
become like a journeyman or something.
Do you need a bachelor's, a BA, and a master's to become a teacher?
A bachelor's degree for sure, and then the master's degree, I think you don't need it, but you just get the certification for be a teacher. But you could also go to charter schools, and you just need a bachelor's degree, and you don't really need to be certified for too much of anything. Yeah.
Okay, so now this money that you say that they're paying these teachers from the mainland to come down here work. Is that a figure? They got a figure like how much they pay the teacher? $20,000 more or something?
Some of the stuff that I found was they pay like for housing alone, since Hawaii has like really high percentage rate for housing or whatever. So they have $12,000 a year just for housing, and then like every month they have like a $3,000 bonus for those teachers.
So now that money that the DOE or whoever is giving that person to come from the mainland, why don't they just use that lump sum of money
for a program for the teachers?
One
for a teacher here,
right over here.
That's what I say they should do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That is something that should. But I mean, they can't go ahead and give that one person $20-something thousand to come over here and try to learn all this thing. Use that money for that one person from here that
to get the education they need,
and make them, make it easier for them.
Yeah, I say that would be really good. But even for just the ones that they do have, like the teachers, they come here and they don't know anything about Hawaii. They don't know about the culture or anything. So if they are still going to keep with that program where they recruit people from out of state, they should at least have some kind of program to have them know about the culture. Yeah.
Have you seen what the difference is in a classroom where there is someone who has come from the mainland and is teaching the children from Hawaii, and someone who was born here, raised here, graduated from here, and is teaching with the children from Hawaii? Have you seen what the effects is?
Well, I have asked students how. Yes, I have seen the effects of that, where the teachers just don't understand where the student is coming from. Like even the language that they're speaking, sometimes the teacher's like, okay, what are you talking about? Because they're speaking Pidgin or something like that. So like I have seen students just struggle with their teacher because their teacher just doesn't know how to explain the information to them. And like some students just don't want to listen to the teacher because they're not from here. They look different, they talk different, they act different from the people that they're used to seeing and talking to. So they just kind of shut down in a way. So yeah,
So
there is a difference.
So there's only a communication between the teacher and the student. But whatever the child learns comes from the same book that all schools teach.
Yeah. It's just how the teacher can teach it and
It's-
relate
it's-
it to
it's
the.
just, it's just the way that we receive the information from the teachers that is different.
Understand that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've had teachers straight off from the mainland, and they're the kind. Once they start talking, everybody in class doesn't pay attention. A lot of kids just zone out or do whatever they gotta do.
Play with their iPods,
Yeah,
play and do
or-
whatever, talk certain.
Not even pay attention to what's happening because they
The teacher is different.
yeah. And then the language barrier is a lot harder too, because the way they speak sometimes.
People have accents
they
and
have real heavy accents, and the way they say words and stuff, it's pretty much, a lot of it is just communication
Well, they
between
think we have access too.
I'll guarantee they think we get accents.
So you think they have access, they think we have access.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they come here for teach us.
Us, yeah.
We're not
So-
going over there for teach them.
I understand that, but the thing is,
They
I
need
mean,
to be understandable to
Yeah.
the receiver. And they're
And
not.
a lot of them start getting agitated when we
you
cannot
don't
communicate
listen.
with each other. Like we start, I'm talking like this and stuff like that, and they're all, y'all, you gotta do this, and this thing has to blah 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 blah, and by that time we just don't even pay attention anymore. So there's a different, the cultural difference is
Yes.
crazy.
Well, thank you for all your input. Anything else?
we, on this island, do you know the percentage of teachers from the mainland that is hired?
Not for this island alone. No. I don't know that.
What about your school?
My school? Well, the university system is different. They're pretty much all from the mainland.
So by the time they get to the university, they already know English.
Yeah.
But with like for elementary schools and
I'm not sure. All I know, like what I found the figure was just a 23% out of all
Are
the
they still
public
recruiting
schools.
though outside now?
Right at this point in time, since we're in the recession, they aren't doing any recruitments outside of state because the Department of Education doesn't have all that extra money to dish out to give to those teachers that they would be bringing in.
Is that part of the budget woes that DOE was experiencing then? Spending so much money
I
outside?
think it might have been.
So now they're not paying for any outside teachers currently, or are they still yet paying for the ones
No,
that
they're
they
not
already hired?
They're not recruiting
So-
outside
So they could
teachers.
still
they
be
still
paying.
the ones that
the
are
ones that
here.
are here.
Possibly because they have like contracts like 3 to 5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So through their time being here, they'll be paying them until their contract is up. And then from there, the teachers are allowed to either leave if they want to, or to stay if they want to, and then or they can just leave and go back home.
off that subject, just had on the news today that Hawaii in the United States has the highest rent, highest mortgage,
Yeah.
highest gas. So if these things are all going up, must be paying teachers more.
Even more, maybe.
The recruits, but not the teachers who live here who are
Right,
taking
right, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then when something like that happens, that is why they're making the local teachers kind of like hoo-hoo with the mainland teachers, because we're supposed to be getting they getting $5,000 more than me. Look, they get house help, they get
Doing
this
the- and
help.
they're doing the same
that help,
work.
And here,
And they're doing the
what
same.
I have
And actually,
here,
the local teachers,
I
I
have to
think,
leave
do
it.
even more than the ones that they come from out of state, because the local teachers really care about the students' education. So they will stay at school past the allotted time, say the 3:30 time. So they'll stay till like 7 or something like that at night to try to get their work done to help the students out, where the other teachers just leave.
Then what they ought to do is make some kind of a rule that if they're bringing in these teachers from the mainland and guaranteeing these teachers a certain amount of money, and then the teachers don't want to stay here to finish the thing out, but they took all that money away, tell them they gotta pay the state back the money.
Well, that's the whole Department of Education.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just a downfall to
I'm
them.
gonna invest $10,000 in you, and you're not gonna do the work after that.
Exactly.
Why don't you pay me back? I mean, they don't wanna invest $10,000 in a local teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
the
they
local
don't-
teacher gotta bring it out of their own pocket.
Exactly. And how often does a local teacher actually leave from